want. You can hear all about it from other guys. You can learn from it and all that stuff. But once you really play those games, or even get a full season under your belt, you don't know what to expect. And yeah, I've had a great time with it. I really have. And I've learned what to do, what not to do, what to say, what not to say, and it's been a learning process. But I've enjoyed it. I'm very blessed to be the quarterback at USC. Honestly, it's a really cool feeling, and I haven't had a lot to adjust with though. I've kind of always had that business type mindset. I'll goof around, have fun and stuff. But when it comes to being a leader, even from sophomore year when I was young, I still have that mindset of these guys are looking at you. There's some guys here that are 21, 22 years old, like I am now, and they're looking at you as an 18, 19-year-old, and prepare me, especially our sophomore year with all the stuff we went through, with Kiff, with Coach O, up and down. Coach Helton ended up coaching the game that year in the bowl game. So much stuff happened, but it's prepared me so much for now, and nothing really surprised me or catch me off guard.
Just talking about USC. USC basically, you went through 3 years of NCAA stuff with the sanctions and all that. Now you're back a year after you're picked to win the championship. Heisman also quarterback, all that. Did you ever think that was coming back at USC?
Yeah, I really believe that we're where we want to be. When people say, "Oh, are you back where you want to be?" And I said, I feel like we're in the position to have this year be the year we want it to be. I feel like these guys have worked so hard. That's why I wish people could see. They only get to see the games. They get to see some of the behind the scenes stuff, but how hard this team has worked in the weight room and in the leadership. And I mean, this was. And the coolest thing I think is that a lot of people know too is in the history of USC football, we had the best GPA as a team in the history of the school. And that just shows that these guys are going to class. These guys are getting work done. These guys are not missing workouts. They're showing up on time. I mean, the mindset. They're at the PRP. The player ran practices. They're out there working hard. And Dan, you see it out there. And these guys are getting better. They're staying after them. It's awesome. I really feel like these guys have put themselves exactly where we want to be going into the season. And I can't predict how the season's going to go. Hopefully, ideally, Pac-12 championship, national championship, as every team would hopefully happen for them. But these guys have done absolutely everything they can to be where they need to be for the I think the sanctions, honestly, is what me personally. I mean, we've been through tough times. It was tough. It was hard. And I'm not trying to sound dramatic or anything, but it was very difficult times. And there are games when we got, and not to make excuses, obviously we've never done that, but there were games when we get to the third, fourth quarter, and we only have one or two receivers at each spot, and that guy's tired. That guy might be cramping or he's hurt, and you're putting a walk on him. You're putting someone else in, and it was tough. It was very hard, and it hurt. To lose those games so close to the end, but. These guys have been through so much. I think that they really lean on one another. They really trust one another, especially guys that are, Turk, Antoine Woods, guys that have been there for a while, really know and are really starting to, teach these younger guys what it's like. And Coach Ivan Lewis said the other day, you guys are the whole great thing. You guys set the bar so high that, USC was how it was then, but we're kind of making our own. Starting a new tradition, starting this new thing all over again. We're going to teach the freshmen, and then hopefully they'll carry that on by long after we're done. So,
how close were you to Washington?
I was picking up the phone to dial a number, and I swear it was, honest to God, true story. Phone was right here. Jared Norris was with me, and we was at his house that night, and he's like, "Yeah, man," because he had I think 10 plus offers, and he was like, "Yeah, Utah's one for me." I was like, "All right, I'm going." We committed together. He's like, "I'm going to Utah," and he's like, and I told him, I'm going to Washington. So he called that night. I was at his house. He called that night. Called Coach Witt. Said, "Hey, I'm in. I'm coming." Commits. And then he's like, "All right, your turn." I was like, "I'm going to wait till the morning. Let me sleep on it." And I'm very, very strong in my religion and my faith, and I really believe that had something to do with it. I'm sitting there and about to pick up the phone and get a call from Clay Helton calling my head coach at the high school. I'm about to call on his phone. We're in his office. Jared's in there, my dad, and he said, "Hey, are we too late?" And Coach Nick said, "Yeah, maybe." And sure enough, they offered. So I kind of went back and looked at both of them, and it was a blessing in disguise.
So when Coach Sark was announced, this time last year, were you excited about that?
Hilarious. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was so funny that, and that's very first thing he said to me. I went up, shook his hand. He's like, "Oh man, I finally got you," and we laughed about it, but. Yeah, he was the reason that I was going to. Him and Coach Nessmeyer was the offense coordinator at the time. Were the reason that I wanted to go to Washington, just because of the type of coach he is, the type of guy he is, how well he's done with this team and the teams before. And people want to say, his win-loss record doesn't show it, but it's a process. It's not going to be, hey, he comes here, we're perfect right away. If we were, that'd be awesome, but it's building up, and I really, really believe that he has his team going in the right direction. And even long after I'm gone, I think he'll be here for a while and let this team go on a good run.